Verse 34 to 36. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم فالصالحات قانتات حافظات للغيب بما حفظ الله واللاتي تخافون نشوزهن فعظوهن واهجروهن في المضاجع واضربوهن فإن أطعنكم فلا تبغوا عليهن سبيلا إن الله كان عليا كبيرا. Men are the protectors and maintainers of women because Allah has given the one more strength than the other and because they support them from their means. Therefore the righteous women are devoutly obedient and guard in the husband's absence what Allah would have them guard. As to those women on whose part you fear disloyalty and ill conduct, admonish them first. Next, refuse to share their beds, and last, beat them lightly. But if they return to obedience, seek not against them means of annoyance, for Allah is most high, great, above you all. وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ شِقَاقَ بَيْنِهِمَا فَابْعَثُوا حَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهِ وَحَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهَا إِنْ يُرِيدَا إِصْلَاحًا يُوَفِّقِ اللَّهُ بَيْنَهُمَا إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلِيمًا خَبِيرًا. If ye fear a breach between them twain, appoint two arbiters, one from his family and the other from hers. If they seek to set things aright, Allah will cause their reconciliation, for Allah has full knowledge and is acquainted with all things. وَاعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا وَبِذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى وَالْمَسَاكِينِ وَالْجَارِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى والجار الجنب والصاحب بالجنب وابن السبيل وما ملكت أيمانكم إن الله لا يحب من كان مختالا فخورا. Serve Allah and join not any partners with Him, and do good to parents, kinsfolk, orphans, those in need, neighbors who are of kin, neighbors who are strangers. The companion by your side, the wayfarer ye meet, and what your right hands possess. For Allah loves not the arrogant, the vainglorious. Coming back to verse 34, in last lesson, it was explained that the men are the maintainer of the woman because of two reasons. One, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given excellence to some upon the other. And second, because they spend out of their money. And in Surah Al-Baqarah it was said, وَلِلْرِجَالِ عَلَيْهِنَّ دَرَجَةً. And the men got one step above them. So it means that this step or this excellence which is given to them, or this preference which is given to them, this is because of these two reasons. First, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them some excellence as strength, physical strength, and the second thing, that they spend out of their money. At the time of marriage, a man is to give the dower amount to the woman. The woman is at the receiving end. In the same way, throughout the marriage period, men are supposed to maintain the woman. They are the breadwinner. So this is the second reason, وَبِمَا أَنْفَقُوا مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ. Now, there may be some odd cases where the situation is reversed, but that is not the main rule. The rule is that men are going to maintain their woman. This is why if a man can't maintain the woman, can't maintain the wife, is wife allowed to seek talaq, to seek divorce from her husband? That is the question. There are so many reasons for which a woman can ask for talaq, for divorce. And among these reasons, this reason is also given that a man is not able to maintain his wife. Now, among the fuqaha, the jurists, Imam Abu Hanifa says that this is not a valid reason. Because in Surah Al-Baqarah it is said that if you take loan from someone and وَإِنْ كَانَ ذُو عُسْرَةٍ فَنَظِرَةٌ إِلَى مَيْسَرَةٍ, if that person, the person who has taken the loan, if that person is a poor person or becomes poor, then give them a respite until he gets this money to return it back. So according to this ayah, he says that what about the husband if he becomes poor? He can't maintain his wife. All right, why not you give him respite as well? Give him time until he gets this money and then he can spend upon the woman. Now the other people would say no, because this verse is discussing about the loan itself. Now here there is a bond of marriage between a man and a woman, and there are some duties upon the man, some upon the woman. Among the duties which are given to the man is to maintain the wife. So if he can't maintain the wife, he got no right to keep her. So to them, to the other jurists, apart from Imam Abu Hanifa, the other jurists say that this is a valid reason. The woman, if she got patience, of course she can have patience, she can live with that person. But if she got no patience at all and she thinks that she is facing misery and hardship, in that case she can come to the judge, al-qadi, and she asks for divorce. This type of divorce, when it is advanced by the woman, is known as khula. Khula, when the woman is asking for divorce. And it is simply talaq if it is given by the man. Now you can imagine in this country where the women are receiving so many benefits, including the child benefits and unemployment benefits. With all these benefits, it is very hard to assume that if a man becomes poor or unemployed or he can't maintain his wife, what should his wife do? Should she go, the first thing she goes to a Muslim qadi or a Muslim authority to ask for khul, or she must have patience? I think we can decide in this matter that as long as the woman is receiving all these benefits, then she must give some chance to the man to recover his position, his financial position. Now the next part of this ayah or verse gives the qualities of good woman, righteous woman. فَالصَّالِحَاتُ قَانِتَاتٌ حَافِظَاتٌ لِلْغَيْبِ بِمَا حَفِظَ اللَّهِ. First of all, the good woman, salihah. The word salih which is used here, this is the first character, that they are good women. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whenever He mentions iman, He mentions al-amalu salih. الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, those who believe and those who do good deeds. It shows that iman itself is not enough. Iman is just like a seed. And if the seed is thrown in the earth, it comes out, it becomes a tiny plant, then it grows into a tree, then it gives fruits. So the seed of iman eventually gives some fruits. In the same way, when a person is a believer, he must be a good believer. He must be the person who does good acts. So the Muslim women are supposed to be salihat. They are good women. They are righteous women. They pray, they give zakat, they fast. These are their own qualities. But as far as the married life is concerned, two more characters are given here. Qanitatun, they are obedient. They are obedient. And here it means obedient to their husbands. Prophet ﷺ has said, Al-mar'atu iza sallat khamsaha wa samat shahraha wa hafizat farjaha wa ata'at ba'laha قيل لها يوم القيامة ادخلي من أي أبواب الجنة شئت. A woman, if she prays 5 times a day, fasts the month of Ramadan, guards her chastity, and obeys the husband, on the day of judgment it would be said to her, enter from whichever gate of Jannah, paradise you like. So as far as the women are concerned, not so many qualities or so many things are demanded from them. Go and do jihad in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Go and do dawah all over the world. Not all these things are required from the woman. Those things which are required from the woman are these things. As far as her personal character is concerned, she must be regular at her prayer, she must be fasting, and she must be acting upon the 5 pillars of Islam. And apart from that, she is guarding her chastity, she is not going around, and she is obedient to the husband. That is the main thing. And the one which is not obedient, that is nashizah. So this word nushuz is coming in this ayah. So there are 2 words, qanitah, the obedient one, nashizah, the disobedient one. So they are obedient. That is the second character after being a good woman. Hafizatun lil ghaib. And the third character which is given here, and guard in the husband's absence what Allah would have them guard. Hafizatun lil ghaib bima hafiz Allah. First of all, they guard lil ghaib. They guard what is unseen. What does it mean? It means the secrets of the husbands. If a man is away, the woman is responsible even for the wealth of the husband. She is not going to squander. She must not say that my husband is away, so I must spend whatever I got. No. She is only allowed to take that much money which is needed for her livelihood. That is without his permission. Because Hind, the wife of Abu Sufyan, came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, O Prophet of Allah, Abu Sufyan is a miser. He does not give me enough money. So what should I do? And Prophet ﷺ said to her, take whatever is sufficient for you and your child. That is allowed. But apart from that, and for big shopping and for other things, she is not allowed to take money except with the permission of the man. That is, she is guarding even the wealth of the person. The second thing, guarding the secrets of the man. She is not going to disclose the secrets of the person to other ladies or to other people. Because man and woman are just like one garment. Hunna libasun lakum wa antum libasun lahunna. They are garment for you and you are garment for them. So when you say garment or libas or dress, it is close to the body. So in the same way, men and women, I mean the husband and the wife, they are very close to each other. So they keep the secret of each other. And because a man can be a good person in public, and he is behaving as a very muttaqi person in public, but he can't hide his real character from his own wife, because they are living together. So this is why the women know the secret of the men, of their husbands. And if they don't fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they want to disclose all these secrets to the public, they can do it. So this is why it is said, and very wisely said by one of the ulama, that if women come to disclose or to slander their husbands, they can do it very easily, because they know each and everything of their husbands. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَالصَّالِحَاتُ قَانِتَاتٌ حَافِظَاتٌ لِلْغَيْبِ بِمَا حَفِظَ اللَّهِ. They guard the secrets of their husbands. Why? Bima hafiz Allah. Now this word, Bima hafiz Allah, with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guarded. That is the literal meaning. Bima hafiz Allah, with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guarded. What does it mean? Now the translation which is given here, that is one of the translation and one of the meaning. They guard in the husband's absence what Allah would have them guard. That is one meaning. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted them to guard this. To guard these secrets. This is why they should guard the secret of their husbands. That is one of the meaning. Another meaning would be, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guarded the woman by bringing them into the wedlock. Now a woman is guarded when she is married. She has entered into a fort, and now she is safe and secure in that fort. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the institution of marriage, has preserved them, in the very same way they should try to preserve the secrets of their husbands. That is another meaning. The third meaning would be, Bima hafiz Allah, bima istahfazahunna Allah. Hafiza bimana istahfaza. They should guard the secrets of their husbands. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala demanded that. Istahfaza, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from them to do that. This is why they should do it. So anyhow, we can take any of these meanings, but the summary or the lesson is the same. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted this thing to be preserved, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given security to the woman by the institution of the marriage, this is why they should guard the secrets of their husbands. وَاللَّاتِي تَخَافُونَ نُشُوزَهُنَّ فَعِظُوهُنَّ وَاحْجُرُوهُنَّ فِي الْمَضَاجِعِ وَاضْرِبُوهُنَّ. But those women, as to those women on whose part you fear disloyalty and ill conduct, that is the word nushuz, disobedience. And if you fear disobedience from the woman, then what to do? And what is disobedience? What is nushuz? Nushuz, either to do something which is not liked by the husband. The husband says, don't go out, and she goes out without the permission of the man. The husband wants that you must not meet such and such persons, and she deliberately tries to meet them. That is also nushuz. Except if the person is not right in such a command, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to join the relation, and there is of course some relations of the woman as well. So if the woman wants to meet her relations, then a man should not stop her from doing that. He may regularize such type of meeting, but he can't stop them altogether. We have seen in some families that once the woman has come to the house of the husband, he says, all right, now this is your house, and you can't go back now. You can't even go back to visit your parents, your brothers, your sisters. That is injustice, total injustice. So, apart from that, the woman should not do such things which are not liked by the husband. In one of the hadiths, the Prophet ﷺ has said that, O men, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because you have taken this woman with the word of Allah, which you say at the time of marriage. You have got control upon them, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted this control to be given to you. And their duty is that they must not allow someone on your bed whom you don't like. أَنْ لَا يُؤْطِينَ فُرُشَكُمْ مَا تَكْرَهُونَ or مَا تَكْرَهُونَ. They must not allow someone on your beds whom you don't like. What does it mean? It means that they don't allow such people enter into the house who are not liked by you. You know the case of Habiba radiallahu ta'ala anha, the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the daughter of Abu Sufyan. Abu Sufyan was not yet a Muslim. That is before the conquest of Makkah. When he came to Madeenah just to seek pleasure of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and to talk to him, because he has seen that circumstances are not in his favor. So he came to the Prophet to talk to him. So Prophet was not at home. He came to his daughter and he wanted to sit on the bed of the Prophet ﷺ. And Habiba said, no, you can't. She wrapped the blanket or the mattress, and she said, no, you can't sit on the mattress of the Prophet ﷺ. Because she knew that Abu Sufyan is a kafir and he is not liked by the Prophet ﷺ. That is, of course, a case of kufr and Islam. But anyhow, according to this ayah, women are not allowed to admit or to let those people enter into the house who were not liked by the husbands, whether they are relatives or strangers. Let alone friendship or courtship, which is known in this country. When the man disappears, the woman got her friends coming into the house, and when she disappears, the man is at liberty to invite whom he likes. That is not the case in the Muslim society. Now those people, those women who are of such nature, disobedient, how to treat them? Now these three methods are given here. First of all, فَإِذُوهُنَّ الْوَعْظ. Al-wa'az, admonition. Just try to say to them that, oh woman, this is not the way you should behave. You are going against the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are a Muslim woman. You must not do this and that. That is nasiha or mu'izah. So first thing, this mu'izah should be done. Now if this mu'izah does not work, then you come to the second step, which is وَهْجُرُهُنَّ فِي الْمَضَاجِعِ. Then leave them in the bed. Leaving them in the bed, does it mean to just leave the bed itself and you go to another bed or you go to another room? But the expression or the explanation which is given by some Sahaba is that you just turn your back and you are in the same bed, but you turn your back to your wife. That is al-hujr. That is how you leave her in the bed. Because the wording is وَهْجُرُهُنَّ فِي الْمَضَاجِعِ, and leave them in the bed. So how to leave them in the bed? By turning your back. This is the second method. And if it does not work, then the third one is وَضْرِبُوهُنَّ, and beat them. Now the word verb or وَضْرِبُوهُنَّ should be taken in the light of that explanation which is given by the Prophet ﷺ, that this verb should be ضَرْبًا غَيْرَ مُبَرَّحٍ, a beating which is not a very hard beating, which does not leave any impression on the body, or which does not disfigure the woman herself. And some other Sahaba has given the example that this beating should be so slight as if it is done by miswak. Now miswak, and take miswak, what is, how light is the miswak, and how could be such a beating if it is done by miswak. So that is the beating. It does not mean that you try to flog them and just bring them to a point where they fear death. No, that is not what is meant. Again, our Prophet ﷺ has said that لقد كان لكم في the ayah of Al-Quran, لقد كان لكم في رسول الله أسوة حسنة. To you is a good example in the life of the Prophet ﷺ. And Prophet has said about himself, خيركم خيركم لأهلي وأنا خيركم لأهلي. The best among you is the one who is best to his wife, and I am the best among you to my wives. So it means that a man tried to be good, nice to his wife, because this is what Prophet ﷺ has shown us. In the entire life of the Prophet ﷺ, we have seen these two methods, first two methods, but we did not see the third method at all. Though Quran does allow to beat them if they become disobedient, because Prophet ﷺ has admonished them whenever he saw something of this nature. For example, if he saw two wives backbiting the third one, the Prophet ﷺ intervened and he said, are you eating the flesh of your dead sister? They said, no. They said, no. And Prophet said, no. When you have done this backbiting, as if you have eaten the flesh of your dead sister. So that is mu'izah, that is nasiha, that is admonition. And the second thing, leaving them, the case of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is mentioned in Surah At-Tahrim, when it was a serious matter and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam left his wife for 30 days. So he also used the second method. But he did not use the third one, وَضْرِبُوهُنَّ. Why? Because a man like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a great person, his wives are also very great. So he does not need this type of method. Again, those people who try to follow the example of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they don't need the third step. You can only say that if the woman is so disobedient that she is just like an animal, then you try this method which is good for the animals, the method of beating. So this is how you can see how these methods should be utilized. And then فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ فَلَا تَبْغُوا عَلَيْهِنَّ سَبِيلًا. And if they obey you, then you got no way against them. It means that if they start obeying you, even after any incident of disobedience, if they start obeying you once again, then you got no way against them, meaning you can't say them something vulgar, you can't beat them, or you can't apply any physical means against them, either by saying or by your hands. إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلِيًّا كَبِيرًا. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most high, great, above you all. You see, the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which are mentioned from time to time, they got a good relations with the subject itself. Sometime it is Sami'un Alim, sometime it is Alimun Hakim, sometime it is Ghafurur Rahim. So all these attributes are related to the subject matter. Here it says, Inna Allah kana aliyan kabira. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most high and great above you all. Now you see the relation between this attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the context itself. In the context, you are allowed to beat the woman. But remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ali, is most high, and He got power upon you. He is great. He is stronger than you. Don't think that if we have allowed you to beat the woman because of their disobedience, don't exceed the limits. Always remember that there is someone who is more powerful than you, and He watches you, and He knows whatever you are doing. So in this way, if a man understands this thing, then he is not going to be transgressing when he is implementing one of these methods. Now after these three methods, even if the matter is not solved, and the man and the wife, they got difference of opinion, or a great difference among them, and they are about to leave each other. So there is the fourth method. What is that fourth method? The next ayah, number 35. وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ شِقَاقَ بَيْنِهِمَا فَبَعَثُوا حَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهِ وَحَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهَا إِنْ يُرِيدَا إِصْلَاحًا يُوَفِّقِ اللَّهُ بَيْنَهُمَا إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلِيمًا خَبِيرًا. If you fear a breach between them twain, appoint two arbiters, one from his family and the other from hers. If they seek to set things right, Allah will cause their reconciliation. Now, as I have said, if the first three methods did not work, and there's still a shiqaq, a dispute among two of them, now what should they do? Should they go to talaq at once? This is what is happening in our societies nowadays. That with tiny disagreements, disputes, the man starts saying divorce, divorce, divorce. Or the woman, they start coming to their elders asking for talaq. No. The fourth method is that try to get one hakam, one arbiters from the family of the man and one from the family of the woman, and they should try to reconcile them both. In yurida islahan yuwaffiq Allahu bainahuma. If they want to do this reconciliation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will enable them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will cause their reconciliation. So the word which is used here is hakam. What means hakam? Hakam, as you know, that hakam means the one who gives judgment. And from hakam comes the word hakim. Hakim, you say the ruler. But because he gives the judgment, this is why he is known as hakim. So the word hakam or hakim, both of them means the same thing, to judge. Who is addressed in this ayah? وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ, if you fear a breach among them. The guardians of both parties. I mean the elders of the both parties. They are the one who are addressed here. Now